Would help if I actually switched them, unmuted the microphone, wouldn't it? Good thing I spotted that, otherwise would have been talking for ages. And as per usual, mic'd up the opening. Anyway, how are we all doing this week? It's been a quiet one for me this week. Not really doing a whole lot. Catching up on some of my older games. And completely lost my stream of thought there. Oh. I keep saying I need to write a script for this, and I really should get down to doing it. I've said it so many times and not done it. Right, anyway, late to the bit party here. Welcome to the stream. Anyone who's new, I'm mostly playing older games, or to be honest, I'm going to be playing older games for the foreseeable future because my games to play catalogue is fucking enormous. I've easily got over 1,000 games that I haven't played yet, that I've collected over the last... Well, if you just take PC, it's probably about 700. Yeah, probably about 700 games. Yes, greetings, evening, Prospina. Easily for PC. Console is probably that much again, going right the way back to when I started getting consoles back in the 90s. Actually, first console I ever got was actually before 1990s. That would have been 80s. Which is mad. Yeah. Shows how old I am. Anyway, recently I have been playing Heavenly Sword for the PS3 using the RPCS3 Emulator, which we should be able to switch over to. Oh yeah, it needs to pick up the window because it opens up every time. Now, I've been playing this the last two streams, nearly beat it last week, but got to the final boss and yeah, he whooped my ass. So I've never got that far in the game before. I did, ironically, I almost beat it back in the day. I got to the end of chapter 4 and then never played anymore. I don't know why. It was probably some other game caught my attention. And yeah, I never went back to it until recently. Had a few issues last week. Probably would have had enough time last week to figure out how to beat the boss if I hadn't had the 20 minutes of soft locking that I was getting at one section, which I managed to fix with putting the frame rate down. So yeah, it's a little bit quiet at the moment. The volume for this game seems to go all over the place on the stream. It looks okay to me at the moment, but yeah, since last week I've looked up tactics and advice on how to beat Bohan. Oh, okay. I did not realise that. Now that's very interesting there, because I thought this was a 5-chapter game. Now, when you actually look at the other chapters, like chapter 1 has 6 points to it. Chapter 2 has, how many is that? That's 11 if I'm doing my my math right. Yeah, I think we all want to beat Bohan. I mean, Andy Serkis's performance was fantastic. The guy definitely deserves an Oscar for something. He's just been left behind so much because he does digital performances or virtual performances. See, as I was saying, this chapter, I'm not even going to bother counting that. What's that? 7 there. Then chapter 5 has 4. And then chapter 6 has 4 as well. They could have been one chapter. But yes, yeah, that's one thing this game definitely did really shine with the performances of all the actors in the cutscenes. Even the weird ones like Whiptail and Flying Fox. I think Whiptail got really short end of the stick though, because there wasn't much to that character. Literally, she was in one cutscene, and then you had the boss fight with her, where you take her down and kill her, and that's effectively it. Flying Fox had a couple of others, and that linked in with Kai's story as well. But yeah, just for the general run through, Nariko's clan protected the Heavenly Sword because nobody's supposed to use it. It turns them into a one-person killing machine and then kills them. And usually they go a bit mad at the same time. Now King Bohan wants the sword for his own use. He seems to believe that it will be the key thing to him attaining power amongst all the kingdoms that he has. And in order to fight Bohan off, Nadeko uses the sword and then goes on a rampage to try and stop him. Culminates in a big pitched battle where Nadeko actually dies by the sword mid-battle. And that is actually the opener right there before it goes back to the beginning, showing everything. But then once we got there and it happened, she turned around and said, "I'm not having this. You're going to send me back and we are going to kick fucking ass." And then that's where we have this section called the Goddess, where literally she just wipes out everything around her. And it took more time to actually get into range of enemies to kill than it did to actually kill them. Using the ranged attack mode, literally everything within about 15 foot of her just died instantly. But then Bohan had a thing with his crow creature, who there's been no explanation about whatsoever, and it basically turned him into a something that's even more powerful than Nadeko now, which is a case of what escalation. And I made one attempt at the boss. I got it down low enough that I had the opportunity to do the quick timer event to fight him, but then I failed it like 3 times and died. And I think he's got like 3 health bars as well, so this is going to be a challenge. Whatever happens, I'm going to finish this game. Stop playing the game at the midpoint during this stream, because I don't want to spend an entire stream just trying to beat one boss. I did that with Sekiro and it wasn't exactly the most fun watch. So yeah, let's move on and see if we can even fight this guy. Now, the tactic I was told was just reflect his fireballs that he throws, because those were hurting.
My lord, I have tried really, really hard to bring this land to order. I have. I've shaped it. I have prepared it for a brand new era. And only this girl, this beautiful girl, stands in my way. Grant me power to send her back to the underworld. Let's spat her out.
There's no explanation of where this crow came from, or this raven. I'm hoping there will be at the end. Realised that was incredibly loud. That's I didn't realise how loud that was. I thought I changed the settings. Okay. Come on, start firing bolts at me. Darn it. That's the way to do it. Hit that too early. Oh, I need to get a little closer than that. Okay. Got it. Wrong button. Yeah, I'll be honest. This is not the most fun fight to do. Yeah, I can't get the parries. Yeah, I can't get the parries. Probably because I'm too close. Too early. Too early again. I've got a feeling this isn't running at 60 FPS. Yeah, I'm not giving myself enough distance. If I get too far away, he dodges. Yeah, he's down to half. Must have hit that too late. Yeah, he's going to kill me. Thought I got it that time. One more, and down. Yeah, I'm going to play around with the audio once. I'm going to keep trying. Yep. Right. I just want to check something in the settings. Where is it? Nope, it is still set to run. Still set to run at 60, and yeah, I didn't sort the volume properly, or it hasn't remembered the volume, which is slightly annoying. Which is weird, because all the other programs I've got seem to all do though. Anyway, got to actually select the window. Okay, had a bit of practice. Hopefully I can hit more of them this time. This is going to be an annoying fight. Whether I'm actually going to beat it, I don't know. Everyone gets out of the way, please. No, too many things in the way. I was never going to be able to get that one. Okay. Okay, doing a little better this time. I say that and immediately this one. Yeah, it doesn't feel like it's running at 60 FPS though. It feels like it's running 30. Okay, this is going a little better, although I may be speaking a bit too soon. Too early. It'd be nice if everyone would get out of the way. Too early, I knew as soon as I pressed that. Okay, if you can get the timing on this right, it's almost a trivial fight. Right, nearly there. Hello there, Tom. I missed your comment because I'm concentrating. If I could just get the timing right. Okay.
You are nothing, Rico. Nothing. You were never meant to be. You are an abomination.
Speak for yourself.
No one will remember you.
I do not need to be remembered. All that will matter is that I was here. In this moment.
Okay, right. Okay. Okay. Okay, which one are you firing? Oh. Oh great, some new artwork. Okay. Yeah, I need to get better at parrying those things. Because I'm not going to be able to rely on just mashing. Oh. Yeah. Can't seem to avoid that. It's like the attack that Roach did. The rolling attack. I never managed to dodge it. It's close. Okay. There's one more now, I think.
Hell is waiting for you, Noriko. It's calling you home.
Okay. Oh, back to this again. Okay. Come on, can I please parry somebody? Thank you. Now I just need to successfully parry more of them than I miss. I don't like this. Okay. Okay, I'm off screen at this point. Okay, I didn't parry any of those. No, not one. I didn't parry a single one of those. Yeah, I'm going to have to redo this part of the fight. What's he doing? I don't know what he's doing. Catching me with that bloody attack. Because there's no run feature in this either. It's literally just. Okay. I didn't parry a single one of those top shots. Oh. Well, I got further than I thought I would. It's just a question, can I'm pretty certain I can do it. Feels like the emulator's struggling to run this. I can barely see what's going on around those wings. Oh, I managed to parry one of them. I'm so low on health at this point. And there are so many enemies around that she's targeting all of them and not him. Okay, these ones I can parry. It's just the other ones he does. I'm not really doing any damage like this, but man, he's going to get in. Okay, I actually dodged that. Okay. Can I dodge, please? When I actually press the dodge button. Okay. I'll have to remember that next time he does the hangy thing. Yeah, I need to be very careful because he's got like triple my health. That's it, keep doing this and I'll be happy. Okay, on the ground, please. Nearly there. No, that's not what I want. Oh, I think I got that wrong. Oh, darn it. I nearly had that. That looks painful. Okay, how anime do you want to get? Okay, is that it? You weren't good enough?
Please. Oh, no. Don't let me die like this. I could accomplish so much. Please.
Go on, kill him.
Spare me.
Oh.
I beg of you.
Oh. Plucked his eyes. Oh, bloody hell. Andy.
Wake up. Don't go to sleep. Is that you? My son. I'm going to take care of you now. Please. Please let me take you home.
I don't know how to feel about that.
Truly the one sent from heaven, Nariko. You were chosen.
No. I chose. I chose my own way. And those of us who have died for this sword have died in vain. I'm not sent from heaven, Father. And neither is the sword.
Nariko.
Keep the sword safe. Hide it. Many people will try to take it from you. Will you do this for me?
Yes. Yes, I will, Nariko.
Father. Take care of Kai.
I will, I swear, Nariko.
Credits
And a
or
great warrior will be born, one that will lead our people out of darkness and show them the way to the promised land. And that you did, Nariko. That you did. You have freed us. The promised land is here and now.
really?
change worlds, shape lives. But it can also make us blind. Only you saw clearly, Noriko. You saw the truth about the sword. Others worshipped it, murdered for it, but you mastered it. And all that strength, all that beauty was your own. I won't let you down, Noriko. I'll keep the sword safe. Maybe even forgotten. But I'll always remember you.
Strange there are no other women in this clan.
Farewell, Noriko. May we meet again in a better world.
Credits now? Yep. Well, I don't know if there's a post-credit scene. Dramatic direction Andy Serkis. And Weta Digital. I'd forgotten about that. Yeah, the fact they actually got Weta Digital to help them out with all the mocap and everything, because they made use of all the tech that had been developed for Lord of the Rings. Because this wasn't that long after Lord of the Rings. A fair few years after, but yeah, it was one of the first roles. Well, I say first. It was one of those roles that Andy Serkis did after Lord of the Rings that kind of got people's attention. Well, within games, that is, and obviously in films and TV, they didn't really care about the game at that point. But yeah, what do we think? Remake or sequel? Do you think this deserves? I'm thinking about both. It's a great concept. I think the story, if they could flesh it out and say have a really solid combat system at the first instance, and then have the Heavenly Sword unlock, say, halfway through the story rather than right at the very beginning, and at that point it starts going into the ridiculous, over-the-top stuff. I mean, something like the team that did the God of War games could do something amazing with this idea. I mean, whether they'd want to, because San Diego Studio have done nothing but God of War games ever since the first one, back in, what was it, 2006, I think the first God of War, was it 2004? Can't remember. I'll have to play the first few God of War games, and unfortunately I won't be able to stream God of War 3 because the emulator just cannot do it. Even with like loads of things to switch off, effects to speed things up, it's still only just playable, or at least the intro is. That last section here with the whole crowd of people around, the emulator was really struggling with that. Wasn't hitting 60 FPS. I mean, I'm running an 8-core hyper-threaded system with an RTX 3090 here, so that's not a problem of the hardware. It's the optimization of the emulator that's the issue. As to whether they'd be able to manage it, I don't know. It's yeah. It's funny that I got so close to the end and never finished it. All those years ago. Oh, bloody all the various language options. Because yeah, I mean, you kind of got to make things multinational or multi-language. Even back then, you needed to. I mean, you go back to like the late 90s, and games were getting or starting to get European translations, because that's where most of the translations were, because Europe has got a lot of different cultures and languages in a very small area. And when you think about it, if you just take Europe out, if you take away America and Australia, which are the colonies, you've got so many different languages all crammed together very, very close. And so catering to all those different languages is a nightmare. Yeah, timing. Yeah, you'll be able to catch up on the replay for that. Yeah, I think as far as the final boss is concerned, that wasn't bad. I've seen worse. I mean, the final boss for the original God of War was one of the worst final bosses I've ever seen. They made one hell of a big mistake when they did that boss fight, because they spent the whole game bigging up their combat system and their weapons, and then for the absolute final fight, they take those weapons away and just give you a standard-ass sword and a new control scheme for it. So not only have you got to hang on, animated series. I didn't know there was an animated series for this. I'll have to look those up. Yeah, not only were you dealing with the fact you're at the final fight of the game, you're having to learn a mechanic that's never been introduced before. And that is something you never do in a game. Especially an action combat game. You never put things right at the very end that the player has to learn. I'd say by the 2/3 mark, the player should be hell mode. By the 2/3 mark, the player should have unlocked everything that's mandatory for the game. Anything optional can still be unlocked. But yeah, there should be no mandatory gameplay mechanic unlocks right at the end of the game. And God of War 1 broke that rule. They never did the same thing in any of the later God of War games, though. So they learned from that mistake. Oh, yeah. Normal mode, and I can't seem to select. Oh, it must be... yeah, I'm not going to try playing this on hell mode. So, Chapter 1, around to Chapter 6, and yeah. Now, there are some extras in the game as well. And special features. Oh, the animation series. Let's have a quick look at that. Oh. Okay, these are a bit of backstory then. Okay. I don't know how long these are. Oh, I recognise these. I did watch these back in the day. Okay.
One death gives reason for a second. The second lends glory to a third. And I curse the Raven Lord who lit the torch for terror in these lands. Some say he was mortal, a warlord thirsting for power, and the bloodlust and destruction he unleashed was real enough. But I say he rose from hell. The land you're standing on now was burning with hatred. Humanity itself disappearing like smoke. Our salvation, our hope, it came from the heavens.
Looks like it came from a storm.
A soldier, furious and magnificent to behold, mighty enough to challenge even the Raven Lord. A heavenly warrior to lead mankind in one deadly battle, and shining through the horror, such a weapon. When the battle ended and our world was saved, the heavenly warrior had vanished. Only his weapon remained. And so was born the legend of our heavenly sword. And thousands would die for it.
Ah, so fairly short. Yeah, the sword isn't short though.
As generations passed, the Heavenly Warrior lived on only in legend. But his sword's hold on mankind had only just begun.
Imagine if the actual game had been done in that visual style.
Salvation, survival, and peace just weren't enough. No. Men tore each other's flesh apart to wield the sword's heavenly power. They murdered for it, butchered with it, and in turn were slaughtered for clutching it. And to see this cycle of destruction, I swear it stirred the wrath of the gods. The sword itself began to feed on the bloodlust of its masters. It hungered for the souls of men, and those who wielded it would soon be consumed by it.
Yeah, really, this should have been all explained at the beginning.
Agonizing and inevitable. This sword, once a blessing upon mankind, had become a curse. And that was the beginning of our clan's story. With those first nomadic warriors who forged our legacy and duty to be sole custodians of the sword, to keep it from the grasp of mankind, and so protect the world from its insatiable appetite. Our forefathers moved ever onwards, a symbol of hope for the land. So be proud. For years our clan sustained this tireless vigil, and as we roamed, we waited. Waited for a day of glory so long foretold, when the legendary warrior would return to these lands and reclaim his heavenly sword.
Yes, his. Yeah, I don't know if there are any more animations like that. I mean, the space looks like there could have been 8. The unlocked videos, yeah, there would have been 8 with a scroll bar. So, yes. Yeah, dude, where's my sword? So these are all the pre-rendered cutscenes. No, that's absolutely fine, Tom. Thank you for dropping by, and thank you for adding to comments. That's always appreciated. Yeah, Twitch only really counts viewers who comment, which kind of makes sense. You don't want people who literally just turning up. Well, in some ways you do want the numbers of people turning up, but that wouldn't be a real representation of people who've actually stayed and viewed. Now, I do recall watching that, but I think that's a fairly lengthy featurette. But what I'm going to do is break for a quick break, which is slightly earlier than I normally do, and I'm going to close this down and get set up for the next game I'm going to be running. Because it's October, I'm going to do a horror game, and I think I mentioned before, it's Haunting Ground for the PS2. One of the games that almost was Resident Evil 4. But yeah, that was Heavenly Sword. I don't think visually the game still looks very good, and it is running a slightly higher resolution than it originally did on PS3, because I think it was running at 720p. I've got it running at 1080p here, so not massively improved. And also having it run at 60 FPS was nice, aside from that section where it glitched out and then soft-locked itself. But yeah, I'm glad I finally got round to actually finishing this game. There's so many others I want to finish and see the ending for. It's mad. And there are some JRPGs that are like incredibly long as well. But yeah, as I say, I'm going to take a slightly early break. Yeah, just setting up my holding screen. So yeah, I'll probably take a little bit longer for this break because I want to set up the next game. But yes, I shall be back in about 10 minutes. There are loads of links down below for everyone to have a look at. And anyone who's watching who's not interested in chatting, just use the lurk command. Let me know that you want to watch, but you're not interested in joining in on conversation. Because every comment counts, as I mentioned a moment ago. But yes, I shall be back in probably about 15 minutes, 10-15 minutes. So don't go anywhere.